Hello everyone and welcome back to SIG Blender. In the last tutorial we modeled out this guy, which took quite a lot of time and might have not been the most clear, so I apologize, but hopefully you were able to get the gist of it and create something human-like. I'm actually going to do a little bit of editing to him. I kind of want to make their little tummy a little thinner, like that, with proportional editing. Maybe there. Okay, maybe move the belly in a little too. Alright, hello person. So today we're going to be adding an armature to this character so that we can control their body without having to actually edit the mesh when we want to mess with it. So, to create an armature, pretty simple, be in object mode, scroll in the create menu to other and hit armature. Now it might seem like nothing was made, that's just because the armature is being hidden by the character. So if we click on this stick figure, then under display hit X-ray, we can now see our armature through the body. So this is what a bone looks like in Blender. I know it's not like what a bone looks like in real life, but it'll do. If we go into edit mode, we can mess with the 2 points that make up the bone as well as the middle actual bone bit as well. So if we hit Control Alt Q, we'll go into this view where we'll be making the bones. This will be like the lower torso, so probably starting like down here, ending like up here. You want to be generally in the middle of the body. That'll make it better in the long run. Alright. Extrude that out. That'll be the upper body. Extrude that out. This will be the head. And that's our main bits. So we're also going to add an arm, but we're not going to make it connected to the upper body. So we'll click right here-ish. That's where the 3D cursor is. Hit Shift A to add a bone. Move it like so. Extrude it again, move it like so. I'm not gonna make bones for the fingers because that's like a little much for what we're trying to do right now. I think this will be fine if he just has open palms no matter what. You can see here the bones actually didn't go right into the body and we want them to be inside the mesh, so we'll move them in. Move that in the Y a bit. Okay. Sweet. We'll do the same thing for the legs, starting, I guess, at the thigh kind of area. Shift A, move it down to like the knee spot. Extrude that. That'll be the lower leg. We'll move these bits back into the mesh. Don't worry about doing both sides. We're just going to mirror it later. So just worry about one side for now. We're gonna make a foot bone actually. So this will be our main bones. These are gonna what controls the actual mesh, like the body parts, but we're not gonna mess with these as much as we will the IK bones, which we're going to make now. So what an IK bone is it's a bone that doesn't affect the mesh, but affects other bones. And it's what we'll be moving around to affect our bones. So I'm gonna extrude one out of the hands and feet in the Y, just like that. They will be our IK bones. And then additionally, we're going to have these things called pull targets. And what those are is it's going to be what our elbow and knee are facing. So right here we can add a bone. That'll be the, move it closer to the elbow and then kind of far away from it in terms of the Y. That'll be our elbow, and this will be our knee. I kind of just want to put them generally where they'll be facing. Alright, so we want to kind of be more organized with these bones, and if we go over to show names right now, they're all kind of named bone whatever, which isn't that useful. So let's edit their names, going through with them. You click on this one bone tab and you can change the name, so we'll call this lower body, upper body, it's pretty self-explanatory, head, arm. So I'm basing this tutorial a lot off of a tutorial that I've used a lot from someone named Sebastian League online. Arm IK. I'll link his video in the tutorial as well. It's going to be a very similar tutorial, so if you're ever lost on what I'm doing, you can look at what he's doing, and it'll make probably even more sense than what I'm doing. Upper leg. There's a lot more you can do with character rigging, like you can make bones for the fingers and things like that, but for his beginning tutorial, he just does this basic stuff, and so I'm just going to try and make it basic like that. And so since he has a very good setup, I'm basically just using his. And foot, and knee. So, these body parts are fine right now, but all of these, like arms and legs right here, they are going to need to be differentiated from when they're on the other side. So if we go to armature and auto name left right, you can see it drops an L right, right in front of the names. Yep. Okay. So we have to do one thing to our IKs and our pull targets, and that is underneath this bone tab, this deform property we have to turn off, because deform mean it's editing the mesh, and these won't be editing the mesh at all, it'll be editing the bones. Additionally, for our IK bones, we want them to be free of the arm they're attached to or leg. So if we hit Alt P, clear parent, you can see they're now free. However, we want the foot to respond to the IK bone. So if you select the foot and then the IK bone and hit Control P, set parent and keep offset, that'll do the trick. Okay, so we got our basic bone set up. And now we're going to start playing with the IKs actually controlling the bones. So to do that, we're going to enter a whole new mode called Pose Mode that you can only access when you have a armature selected. So you can't select it when you have a mesh, but you can when you have an armature. We're going to select our arm and then our lower arm and hit, let me try it. I think it was Control Alt C? No, Control Shift C. Yes. So we're going to hit inverse kinematics, and you see there's a whole bone constraint system here that we're going to mess with. So in this tab, we want to change the chain length to 2. So this is saying that this arm will control this chain of 2 bones. And then the pull target, like I said before, is going to be the elbow we made. I guess it's going to be armature, and then bone will be elbow. Be sure to select armature for bone target, and elbow for pull target. So now you see when we move around this IK bone, it moves around the upper arm and lower arm like it should. And then if we move around the elbow is what the arm faces towards. Alright, Alt G moves them back into place. And we'll do the same thing for the foot to lower leg, Control Shift C, inverse kinematics, chain length 2, pull target armature, bone, knee. Now, that's not quite how a knee should work. And so what we're going to have to change is, well, the issue why it's doing this is because it's pulling in the wrong direction. It's pulling like that. So if you change the pull angle, you can see that it's changing in what way the knee is affected. So we want to affect the knee to coming around like that. So I'm going to say -125. It's going to be different for everyone based on where you put the knee, but as long as it's acting like a normal knee and that the foot is doing this, this is why we set the foot to be parented to the foot IK. Alright. Looks pretty good. So Alt G again. We're going to have to mess with the pull target of the arm right now. We just can't see it that much, but it will have to be done. So now is the process of moving the bones on the left to the right side. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all the things we're going to move over. Obviously the head and the upper body and lower body won't need to move over. We're going to hit Shift C, move our cursor back in the center. Period. changes this thing, which changes our pivot point. Basically now they're going to be rotating around where our 3D cursor is, which is the center. I'm going to hit Shift D. Shift D. No. Be in edit mode, of course. In edit mode, hit Shift D. That'll make a whole new set of arms and legs. And then SX -1. And it'll flip them to the other side. And then finally, if we do armature, and I believe automate left right. Oh, I didn't do it. Maybe flip names. Okay, I guess that kind of did it. I'm going to go into symmetrize. No, I guess symmetrize what we could have done to this one. Anyway, call me old-fashioned. I'm gonna go through each of these and just delete the 001 to fix my desire to have a aesthetically pleasing arm system. We're also going to have to do the pose editing, I think, to the other side, but maybe not. We'll see. I'm actually not sure. Let's check pose mode first. Pose mode. Yes. So I'll select the arm, select the lower arm, Control Shift C, inverse kinematics, and then change the inverse kinematics. Chain length 2, pull target armature, armature elbow. And then same thing with the foot to the lower leg. Knee, chain 2, and the pull is -125. It might be +125 for this side. Here, I'll move the -125. Nope. +125. Whoa. I guess it could be neither. As long as it's facing front, it's fine. So let's see. I'll rotate it like that away. -170-ish looks good. Alright. Stop moving everything. So now comes the final stages. We're going to put the armature into the mesh. So select in object mode, select your armature, then select your mesh, and then hit Control P, so parent to object. And if you were following tutorial, your arms might have been a little messed up. So you can see mine are bending kind of weird. And that is because the pull targets haven't been done yet for the arms. So we just select the lower arms and change the pull angle. And I'll change it for this one first. Just like 80 works. And then this one, 110. So, oh, did we mess up? I think we might have messed up. Let's see. I'm going to go into object mode and clear the parent. I'll give armature back. Oh, I know what we did. So, hello guys. I noticed I did a little bit of a oopsie before. I was about to say select the armature then the body, but I mean select the body then the armature. Hit Control P. Armature deform with automatic weights. And if you did it right, your body should change around a little bit. So if you specifically your arms will be a little twisted, like you can see my arms. I'm gonna declutter my screen. This arm twisted up a little bit. I've already changed the pull targets in pose mode. If I go to the arm, I had previously changed the pull angle. So it used to look like this. I changed it to 80 and it brought the arm back. This used to be like this. I brought 110 and it went back. So now you see if we move around, we can move around. Oh, that's not pulling to that. That's something I gotta fix. Oh, it's pulling to elbow to L. From the elbow to R, please. G, yeah, make sure the right is pushing to the right and the left is pushing to the left. Yeah, 110 is right. Let's see, is this one putting to, that's putting to knee.L. Knee.R, please. Now we can change this to be correct. So if we bring this arm leg up, incorrect. Now it's more correct. 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 Yeah, sweet. It's just a couple more things to do. We want to be able to control the whole body with this leg, or not this leg, this little torso bit. So if we select our base arms, base arms, and I guess just the IK is the only thing we really need actually. Select the IK, select the middle, set Control P, set object, I guess do this in edit mode, probably best, set object to keep offset, go into pose mode, we move this, whoa, let's also move set these to be connected, keep offset, pose mode. Now, yes, so now it works, although we want to also move the pull targets, so select the pull targets, select the pull targets, select the torso, Control P, keep offset. So now, when we go select the armature and click pose mode and move this, it moves everything, yay! So we can now play around with our guy like we wish. And the mesh responds appropriately. So thank you for bearing through with this tutorial. Hopefully your guy works just as well as mine. Play around with your pull targets, your pull angles. That's usually the biggest slip up that I had when I was starting with rigging. Make sure they're working right. If anything, it's never too bad just to restart. I've had to restart armatures a couple times to get them working. Just keep trying at it and hopefully you'll get it. Good luck.